It's made me grow up to where back when I was younger, hell, I didn't care if I had $20 in my pocket. I was going to spend it because, hey, I made money. But now it's like, no, I've got things I want to pay for and use and do. I'm going to be smart about it.
That's smooth.
Told you.
That's very smooth.
That's great.
So when did you meet your wife?
2005. So a friend of mine from high school, I invited her out and told her to bring some friends for a poker night at my house.
Okay. How old were you in 2005?
Oh, shit. 19. So she brought over my wife and another friend of hers. And as soon as I met her, I was like, she's it. She's the one. She's the one. She's going to be. The moment I saw her, I was like, that's it. She's the one. She friend zoned me for 6 years.
Ouch.
Yes.
Ouch.
I am probably one of the few men who have ever gotten out of friend zone. She friend zoned me for 6 years. And then pretty much I knew I wasn't her type at the moment. So I just was there as the friend for the shoulder to cry on, or just when she wanted someone to talk to. And then she finally realized, oh, okay, he's actually what I am looking for in a person. She has pushed me to be better. I was not a go-getter. I was not a, yeah, I can do better for myself. It was more of a, I don't care. But because of her, I've wanted to do better. I wanted to be that friend and that person that she's always wanted. So that's why I've dedicated myself better than. I've pushed myself harder to make sure that she has what she wants and the things that'll make her happy. And like I said, she's my best friend too, so why not marry your best friend?
What is a moment that you can recall that really defines your version of happiness?
Oh, that, like I said, that's every experience I've ever gotten to do with her. Anything we've done, from a cruise after deployment to having her come to Korea with me, a country that I absolutely love, and just getting to travel with her. Those are... Happiness can't really be defined as the one time. It's more of everything we've done together has been probably happiness in itself. Yeah, I can't define it all into one solid moment. I mean, besides, of course, our wedding was, of course, that is your happiest moment. It's supposed to be your happiest, but yeah, it's every experience with her is just, it's happiness. Oh, I know. Ain't I sweet? I have my moments.
Well, Craig and Susan moments.
We have them sometimes.
You've been in the military now for how long?
It'll be 10 years in August.
10 years. And I want you to share with me your worst day.
Ooh.
Start off with that.
Ooh. You gotta hit me with that one. Wow. Worst day was probably, I mean, the worst day has been every military funeral I've had to go to, because that is brothers in arms that I have lost, I have known, and it sucks. But I think the absolute worst day, and it's not even, actually, hold on, it's not even just brother in arms. I lost a little brother on deployment, my personal brother. Being away from family, I've lost pets. That hurts because I don't have children, so... But the absolute worst day in the military was probably during deployment in 2017. I was talking to a soldier in my bunk area, just shooting it with him, and about 5 minutes later, he committed suicide. And it still haunts me, the fact that I am trained, or have been trained, on how to detect that and how to try to alleviate that. And I didn't see the signs, and he took his life. And that, to this day, is probably the hardest day and the toughest day, especially memory, that I have.
Would you say that you were likely one of the last person that he's ever talked to?
Probably.
Do you remember the last conversation you had with him?
Yes, I actually asked him how was his mission today, and if he minds if I grab a bottle of water that was underneath his bunk. And he said mission was good. Sergeant, go ahead and yeah, help yourself to the water. Everything's fine. And I just asked him how he was doing today. I was like, hey, how have you done? Have you talked to your wife? And he goes, yeah, I talked to her just not too long ago. And but other than that, everything's good, Sergeant. I was like, okay. And then that was it. I left to go hang out with some soldiers of mine watch a movie on the laptop, and then we heard the round go off. Yeah.
Or how'd you, I guess, recover per se?
I looked into since it was on deployment, definitely I looked into my soldiers. I saw what it took on them, and I was like, I can't just quit because I have 5 soldiers with me that look towards me for guidance and help. So I pretty much just, it's a loss that hurts, but eventually it just you leave the result, or you leave the loss behind you, because you don't want it just weighing you down consistently. And it's never come to the point where I've been like, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore. I've had moments where I'm like, do I really want to re-enlist? Do I really want to stay in? And then I'll sit back and go, yeah, because I do enjoy it. I do enjoy meeting people. I do enjoy teaching soldiers if I get the chance to. And it's about meeting new soldiers and becoming friends with them. Because I'm I'm a terrible friend. I really am. I don't maintain contact, but then there's soldiers and friends who they'll hit me up out of the blue, and I'll be like, dude, I'm so sorry for not talking to you, and it's awesome to hear from you. How have you been? And they're like, man, it's been great. How have you? Thanks for what you did for me back in such and such duty station in Bragg or in Bliss or in Korea. It's really shown me that I can do better for myself, that what you've told me, or hey, what you've taught me here on this, I've been able to show my soldiers now, and they find it easier. And that's what's kept me going, is the fact that I'm helping other people overcome what they don't want to do or become better themselves. And so that's just what's kept me going, besides the comfort of, I don't have to worry about, man, am I going to get paid today, or am I going to enjoy my job? I show up every morning, I do what I need to do, and then I go home, see her, and it's just, and she'll ask me, hey, how was your day? Oh, man, it was stressful, but we accomplished this, and I made a soldier smile or laugh, or I got a compliment from my higher up. So everything's just, it's not really worth just saying I'm done. I don't see any reason why.
Would you say that you've, I guess, rarely, if not ever, had a moment where you just say, man, I'm done, I just want to quit?
No, I try not to. It'll dwell on me during work one day, and then I'll just finish something, or I'll get a phone call or a text message from someone saying, hey, man, can you assist me with this? Or, man, you're doing good. If you need help, just let me know. And then I'll look back and go, they're right. I am doing what I'm supposed to do. Or, yeah, Susan's right. She's enjoying the fact that I'm pushing myself, and it's making things better for her. It's making things better for me. Or, like Sergeant Kim, he's like, yeah, what you showed me with this vehicle, I'm able to use that and show our new soldiers what to do. And they're like, oh, wow, we never thought of that. And I'm like, wow. There's no reason to just say, nah, I'm done. Why not just stay with it?
You feel like you ever had a moment where it was definitely, something hurting you and just kind of carving your heart out, but then when someone asked you, how are you doing, you had to say, I'm fine?
No. I'm not afraid to tell someone how I'm doing, or if I'm struggling, or if I'm stressed. Yeah, I won't hide my feelings, just because I've seen it tear people up. And I think it was probably that experience right there is why I will no longer hide my feelings. Because I don't want anyone to have to deal with, man, I just talked to Sergeant Meyers and now he's gone by his own hand. If I'm going to go, it's not going to be by my own hand. I will not allow that. I'll die old, or I'll die on that. And that won't be my fault, I'll tell you that.
You got your bike, I think you said 4 years ago, correct?
Was it 4 years ago? Let's see. The first one I got was in 2015. And then, I think I got that one literally in 16 when it came off the market.
Brand new?
Brand new. 1 mile on it.
Dang.
Yep. Just from them driving it off the truck onto the showroom.
What got you started on motorcycles?
That's tough. I don't really know why or what got me started on motorcycles. I think just seeing them out on the road and just seeing that everyone I've talked to who has one have never been angry, have never been upset. And I was like, you know what? I want to give it a try. And I told my wife, she goes, you do the safety course, get your license, I'll be more than happy to let you get a bike. bet. And fell in love with it ever since. I will choose writing. I'll choose a bad day of writing over a good day of sitting in the office.
An entertainment or source of excitement, or was it more of a relaxation? What does it really mean to you?
Freedom. It really does. It's not just loud pipes and chrome and noise. It's just being out on the open road, hearing nothing but the wind in your ears, having the wind on your face, and it's just getting to ride, and it is just straight freedom. I mean, the Guardian Angel bell that my wife got me on it probably says the best thing, and it's engraved with the sweet sounds of serenity, and that's pretty much what it is to me. Is just it's freedom and it's just serenity. I'm a professional. It was a weasel. Good Lord.
How many is that?
My second.
Liar.
Isn't this my second glass? Bet. Haha.
I can tell you by the bottle, liar.
He's had one too.
That, I'm guilty of that.
Told you. Thank you.
You all done with the interview?
Nope.
No.
No.
In progress.
In progress, yes.
Proudest moment in your military career?
Ooh, my proudest moment in my military career was actually probably when I finally picked up my E5, my sergeant type. That was a challenge in itself with a back injury, and it was awesome feeling because I was sitting in training in Bliss, and I got a phone call, and I was like, oh, let me step out. My first sergeant was like, yeah, you're good. Go ahead. And I stepped out, and it was my old platoon sergeant from Bragg, and he called me and goes, hey, Sergeant Meyers. And I was like, no, this is just Meyers. What's going on, Sergeant? He goes, no, you're sergeant now. I was like, no, stop. He goes, congratulations. I said, don't. I said, stop. No, stop it. He was like, I'll let you go. I got to get back to work. I was like, yeah, I got to get to training. And I immediately looked at the list, and my eyes were like, oh, my Lord. So I screenshotted it, and I called my wife, and I said, I made it. And she literally squealed and started crying.
Susan, remember this?
With how much, just how proud she was, because, yeah, and that was just it. That was a wow moment. I've made something that I've been trying so hard to do, and it just made her even that much more happier. And it's kind of the same concept once I picked up Staff Star, and I immediately told her, and she screamed at work, and everyone looked at her, and she's like, no, my husband picked up, and it was awesome. Just every moment that I make her proud is probably my proudest moment in the military.
What about the time you were on TV with your dad?
That was just fun. I mean, that was awesome being recorded or being interviewed during a NASCAR event that my dad watches. And next thing I know, after the interview and saluting the flag, I get a phone call from my dad. And he's like, oh, my God, you were on TV, and I saw it, and that's so awesome. I've already shared it to Facebook. I hope you're okay with that. I want everyone to know that my son serves, and it's amazing. And I was like, wow, my dad is proud, and, like, he's always been my number one fan, and my hero was my father, my dad growing up. And, I mean, besides my wife, I just want to make him as happy as he can be for me. And also for my mom, also, she's always bragging to her coworkers or to the elderly people she helps, and she's like, oh yeah, my son's done this and he's done this, and they're like, oh wow, keep telling us. And it makes her her employers that much happier to enjoy the fact that, hey, someone who's helping take care of me is proud of her son who is serving our country and doing what he needs to do. And that's amazing. It just, yeah, anytime that someone states that I'm their hero, or they look up to me, or, oh my God, this is my son, and they can brag about me, or I know him, he was a good friend of mine from school, that's probably my most proud moments.
So, you, Craig, as a 35-year-old right now, is writing an autobiography. Tell me the title of your book and the very first line.
So this was probably the most, and it's right now is the hardest because I'd never thought of this, but I think honestly it would probably be WTF. And the opening title would be like, what the hell did I just get into? The friendships I've made, or just the bonds with family and friends and just random people who are like, man, everything's amazing. So yeah, it would definitely be a WTF.
All right, so you did not have a chance to preview these questions.
All right, bet.
Here we go. If at this very moment you could see anybody, could be literally anybody, whether it's someone that's presently not here with you, that could be an imaginary person that you've never met so far. But if you could choose one person in the entire world that you could see right at this very moment, who would it be?
That would be my little brother. Like I said, I lost him back in deployment. I would want to see him at least one more time, just to tell him that I apologize for everything I've done to him when he was not right, and I will always accept him as my brother no matter what. And I just want him to know that I am proud of him, and I hope he's proud of me.
What's his name?
Jeremy. Sorry.
You're fine. In this moment in your life, would you say that you've come far, or that you're just now getting started, or both?
Ooh, I'd say it's probably a little bit of both. I've come far into what I think definitely in my career I've come far, and I know there's more I can do. And then it's just, yeah, I know there's much more that I am wanting to accomplish, and I know there's much more that can be accomplished. So yeah, I'm not done yet.
I like it. I like it. All right. So as we conclude, I will start a timer
Oh Lord.
for 30 seconds. And within this 30 seconds, imagine yourself talking to a 25-year-old Craig.
Oh God.
And if this message could be delivered to the 25-year-old Craig 10 years ago, and just think about briefly what you would tell him. And in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, idiot! Don't push yourself. Don't do more than your body can handle. All right? Do what you need to do. Get by what you need to get by. But also read, study, read stuff. Definitely read. But don't hurt yourself. And if you hurt yourself, don't push yourself. Get the help you need. Don't be that big, strong person that you want to be. You need to be a human being, and just stop.
All right. Well, Craig, thanks for joining me on this interview.
Hey, thank you for actually wanting to take time out of your personal life, your weekend coming up, to actually want to sit down and just ask these questions, get to know me more one-on-one, and that actually showed me more of what your drive and your motivations are. And that actually really that makes me happier also, the fact that I seem like I'm not just a pain in someone's ass, or I'm not just that we don't want to talk with him because he seems angry all the time. So that really makes me feel better too, that you wanted to take your